She's been living there for the past year with her husband, and now they're both trying to evacuate while she's 38 weeks pregnant. News 4 San Antonio's Robin Oginye spoke with her family about her struggle to make it out.
We were just sitting around the house, just hanging out, getting ready to go to bed. Then my father-in-law called to tell us that there was bombing happening in Ukraine.
A world away from their daughter Ellissa, born and raised in San Antonio, Michael and Heidi Baird have watched the events in Ukraine unfold in real time from San Antonio.
It's been hard. I'm not going to lie. It's been so many tears and just, constantly wondering what every hour it's changing.
29-year-old Ellissa is 38 weeks pregnant, about 10 days away from her due date. But her focus has shifted from preparing for her baby girl's arrival to escaping her husband Andrii's home country.
Ellissa, she is safe. She's in a very western region of Ukraine. We will try to get her to Poland with the help of some friends.
Andrii posted this video last night. Ellissa has lived in Ukraine for a little more than a year. Now the couple wants to get to safety in Poland and have left everything behind, including everything they need for the baby. The money they paid to the hospital for Elissa's delivery will be lost. The Bairds' plans to be there for the birth of their grandchild, unknown.
We're trying to scramble to figure out how we can still be by her side when she gives birth. So we don't know how that's going to look.
The Bairds say they're grateful that they haven't lost communication with their daughter and son-in-law. They're hoping to see a resolution to this conflict soon for a baby-to-be and for the millions who call Ukraine home.
There's so many people that can't get out. They don't have transportation. We are blessed that, our children have a car and they can drive out. That's my biggest prayer, is that we would just not forget that those are real people over there and that they have real fears and they are uncertain about their future.
Instead of taking a reading test today in their human geography class, about 20 Jefferson High School students got an hour-long discussion on current events in Ukraine.
Russia's invasion isn't on the syllabus for Victoria Bonar's advanced placement class, but she couldn't miss the opportunity to listen and inform today.
I feel it's so important to cover in real time so that the kids don't think I'm brushing something under the rug.
Students peppered her with a steady stream of questions, which she was well prepared to handle.
It's my job to present them with very neutral, unbiased, factual information so they can take that and then form their own ideas and opinions.
This group of motivated students appreciate that kind of instruction.
Definitely doesn't give us a one-side perspective. We get to kind of make our choice on how we feel about the topic.
Learning about history as it unfolds excites students like 15-year-old Gabriel Marino.
Definitely just because it's more involved in us, it's going to affect us a lot more. Learning about World War II and past wars that don't really affect us, we just kind of learn about what happened. This is happening in real time, so it could be more dramatic for us.
One question the students teed up did give Bonar pause. Are we going to die?
And it's hard as an individual to have a response to that that's going to give them comfort. Now, do I think that we're going to die? No.
But what if she was teaching the same class in Ukraine today?
I think their answer would be much different.
St. Mary's law professor Jeff Adicott, who spent years in Ukraine, says Russia's goal is to create a satellite government that will be responsive to Russia and not to Western powers.
They're going to act until they topple the current government and install a new government that is friendly, pro-Russian. That's their goal right now, is to do that. And if that occurs sooner, then they can probably let up on the number of tanks and helicopters and ships that they're employing right now to make that happen.
He believes Russia's mission to invade Ukraine will go beyond Ukraine's eastern territory if they are successful, which means surrounding countries that aren't members of NATO could be vulnerable.
If you're not a member of NATO, there's no obligation for any other country to come to your aid if you are attacked.
President Biden said Tuesday the U.S. had authorized forces and equipment to be set up in Europe to move to Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. While Biden and other countries have thrown sanctions at Russia, Adicott says they might not stick.
Economic sanctions is what the nations that do support the rule of law are looking at. We'll have to see if China goes along with that, because they're the second largest economic power in the world. If they don't join in with economic sanctions, then sanctions will not work.
Biden and the Pentagon have said that a U.S. presence in surrounding countries is only temporary and an act of defense. But even a show of force can backfire if not done with caution.
It's true that we're putting in forces in the region. We have to be very careful that we don't trigger a widening of this conflict outside the borders of Ukraine, in my opinion.